In America, during the 1980s, crack cocaine gained nationwide notoriety. From movies to music to maybe even your own neighborhood, crack established a permanent stay amid society's struggle with illicit drugs. About 15,000 deaths occurred in 2017 due to cocaine and crack, but death isn't the only risk of crack addiction. The positive effects of the drug are short-lived. Cocaine, when mixed with baking soda or ammonia, turns into crack, an off-white rock-like substance that most often smoked through a glass pipe or aluminum, such as a soda can. After being smoked, the substance moves to the brain quickly, creating an immediate high that lasts only for about 15 minutes. The short-lived high compels serial episodes of repetitive use that often initiates an addiction in the brain. The high is powerful. The high is a commanding mix of euphoria, confidence, increased verbosity, and energy. Crack often changes the user's psyche through the experience of the high, and he or she can immediately become dominated by the drive to achieve it again. Since these effects last only for a few minutes, one is often left craving the high just a short time later, increasing the risk for addiction. Smoking crack devastates major organs inside the body. The outward signs of a crack abuser, such as malnutrition, neglected dental health, and painful cracked lips, are only small parts of the physical damage sustained from crack cocaine. Sexual dysfunction, heart problems, lung problems, and infertility, as well as damage to the liver, heart, and kidney, develop as a direct result of the chemical ingestion as well. Seizures that may or may not lead to death are also a common concern for long-term crack users. Crack addiction replaces all other obligations and priorities in the addicted person's life. An addiction to crack rapidly develops and becomes severe, causing a violent and often sudden disruption in personal priorities. The addiction drives the brain to secure the chemical that it perceives it needs at all costs. These costs commonly include important relationships, jobs, hygiene, home, and often one's dignity. We've come a long way since the days in which common medical advice for an addicted loved one was to admit him or her to a mental institution. Evidence in the form of research and laboratory studies has shown that 90-day substance abuse treatment programs are effective in helping patients recover from addiction. The longer one takes part in a treatment program, the more likely he or she is to achieve long-term recovery. The stigma associated with crack addiction may sometimes deter one from admitting that help is needed, which perpetuates the vicious cycle of addiction. It's important to bear in mind that addiction is a mental health condition, which requires medical and psychological treatment and should be treated as such. A life may depend on it. Help is available regardless of one's religion, ethnicity, background, sexuality, gender, or finances. Many of the adverse effects of addiction can be healed or halted in treatment. While addiction often feels hopeless, we're here to help you break free of its chains and rebuild a life with intent, purpose, and joy. Give us a call today. It's time to take your life back.